Not shy. This is my last year, so I'm not going to experience anything going forward. So when I commented to Craig about my interests in going to the Mountain West, it was not as good a conference. The last time we won the conference was 2013, right when we got into it. Last time we were really successful was 2010. Big West has been a challenge for us. It's where our recruiting base is from. It's local, California, Australia. Those are the three areas we recruit in. Now we're going out to places where some of the teams don't have softball. So those are going to have to be replaced with preseason tournaments, which we only have one right now. And we try to get as many games, 5, 6 games in that preseason tournament, but with a lesser number of teams in the Mountain West. And it's only a go there or come here type of deal. It's not a home and home like basketball. We don't have the ability to, I was looking at it when I saw that the move was going to be made as to how many games we would get out of the conference Mountain West for the next coach. It was a matter of just they're not going to have that many games, and it's going to be altitude, it's going to be travel. I've gone Big West, WAC, Big West, and now the Mountain West, which I'm not going to experience. But it's just something that the next coach is going to either figure out that they may increase their recruiting base or just stay with California players, local players. And we've been fortunate because the transfer portal has been giving us, we got 3 players back this year. We signed 5 local kids last year. So our base for local players has increased, but I'm not sure about the California players now that we're out of California except for San Jose State. I'm not sure if that's going to affect, we just had official visits this past weekend. I'm not sure if that's going to affect them saying we're not in California anymore. Parents are going to be maybe a little leery about sending their daughters over here if we're not going to be going home to showcase them. But going to Vegas and Nevada, like Bud said, she loves that place. And it's just, it has, over there, we get a very good draw when we used to go to UNLV because of the population that's over there that's transplanted from over here to over there. But I'm not really sure what the landscape is going to look like in the Mountain West in regards. There's a club team at Air Force. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a challenge. I heard of Northern Illinois. I heard of Toledo. Is that correct? Is that another one that was, so those are some faraway places. We've traveled to La Tech. We've traveled to Boise State. And is the conference going to give this what Big West gives us is on again, off again every other weekend, or are they going to go back to back? Like Bud said, traveling back to back is a challenge. And before, we used to travel to New Mexico State and to Boise State back-to-back weekends when we were in the WAC, and that was challenging. So it's just a matter of what's going to come about in the sport of softball. It's going to be a winnable conference. I talked to Rich Hill about that. He goes, we can win it every year. And he was sure about that. He was not hesitant at all. And that's just something for softball as well. If we keep our hitters home and get our pitchers from the mainland or Australia, we'll be a competitive program in the Mountain West.
Coach, you had to wait forever to finally get your first Big West tournament this season that you had pushed for a long time.
1991. I've been pushing for that tournament.
How does it strike you that UH is only going to experience it now for your year and then one more year and then it's on to something else?
Yeah, it's just something. 1991, when I got the head coaching job, I went in and we had an in-person head coaching meeting, and they asked us, what is your priority? And I said, a tournament. We need to have a tournament in the Big West because we are so competitive. And the Big West was different back then. We had UNLV in there. We had San Diego State in there. We had some teams that are now no longer and will be part of the Mountain West, and San Diego State's gone to the Pac-12. So getting it for 1 year, having that, we have to finish in the top 6. Bud's doing a great job with soccer. I mean, you talk about she's positioned herself as number 1 in the conference, and that's what you want to do as you get through. And we only play them 3 times, and we don't go back and forth. It's not like basketball where you go home and home. So we got to make our stance in a 3-game series, and we have to do it. And this is the first year in about 5 or 6 years the Big West has jumbled up the our opponents differently. We're not facing at the end Davis. We're not facing at the end Fullerton and Long Beach. They're different times of the year, and that's where injuries come in, factor. Pitching, how much you've used your pitching and stuff like that. So we're shooting for the top 6 and to go to that first tournament over in Fullerton.
Yeah.
All good. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.